What's going on, everybody, man? Welcome to another episode of Bourbon and Boxing. Once again, I'm your host, Jeff, and my guy, Spade.
Spade.
Yeah.
What's
This is
up?
episode 47. We're going to recap and react on the fights that happened over the weekends, man. Thursday, the big fight that we had going on, of course, we had a WBO title weight fight with a little bit of controversy, mixed decisions, gave me time to calm down before I got on the show today. It's still going all over the net. That fight between Lopez and Ortiz, can't get his name
Ortiz.
out. Ortiz.
Jermaine.
But man, before we get to the main card, I kind of want to jump into the undercard of it because I felt like that's where the fights were. The
Yeah.
first one, man, I want to let you talk about that Abdullah Mason fight. You were big on him, man,
Oh yeah,
and you,
yeah,
you
yeah.
made a comment about him being the next Floyd. And
Yeah.
I rewatched him again yesterday. The kid is just like
Yeah.
he's got something special there, man.
He
Tell me what
nice,
you
man.
thought about him, man. What he did.
I feel like in that fight he was trying to be patient for real. He wanted to get some rounds in, but I felt like after that second round, he was like, I'm about to just go ahead and get him up out of here. Like, cause you could tell like the first round he was feeling, then he at the end he was putting pressure on him. So I already knew like, man, he about to come out and kill dude. Like he about to clear him out. I feel like his dad, because his dad is coach, his brothers be in his corner. I feel like his dad was probably told him like, go ahead, yeah, clear him out, man. We ain't about
Yeah,
to even waste our time and play with him. He easy food, man. Go ahead and kill him. He came out with that left hook, man.
that was my
Overhand or left hook, I ain't for sure.
it
But
that left is
yeah,
vicious. You saw in that
southpaws, man.
second round when he got him down the first time, he hit him with like three like left hooks, bam, bam, and hard
Yeah,
like his power. And it's like you
yeah,
said, he was like Tim Bradley was all over him about being patient. Well, he needs to be
yeah,
patient. He needs to learn to be patient. He was in the first round,
yeah. He
but
was
then in the
patient.
second, he knew who he was fighting. He was like, "Why am I going to be
I'm about to get.
waste time?"
Nah, I'm
And
not
you,
about to play with you. I'm not
yeah,
about to be patient and play with you. That's like a dog. Like that's like a lion when they kill some. Just keep playing with it. I ain't about to do that though. I'm about to go
uh,
ahead and get you out of here. Why waste my time? Put all these miles on my body to figure you out when I already got you figured out and I know I could kill you in an instant. I ain't about to waste my time to do that. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I could
yeah,
do
and
that
that's
when
it.
I'm sparring. I do that when I'm sparring anyway. That's
Yeah.
what sparring and practicing. I be confused with boxers be like, you need no, bro. They doing this already, inspiring. They patient
Yeah.
and you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying and
Yeah,
figuring
learning
shit
all
out.
that kind of stuff, how
Yeah,
to be
it ain't.
patient, how to brace
Yeah,
yourself, how to break a
yeah,
guy down,
yeah.
learn your opponent before
Yeah,
going straight in.
right.
Uh, and to me, man, like I said, I think he just smelled immediately the second round. He knew, like
He
he
knew.
just
He knew at
you
the
get
end of the
that, like he got that in his body, and
yeah,
he's just like, oh, I'm a that blood shark in the water, smelling blood. You know that you can take this guy out and it can be over with. And you just see it in him. He just like that jolt of energy where he's like, all right, bro, I'm about to put on a show. I'm
yeah,
about to put my name out there. That knockout was like a video game, bro.
yeah,
Like he cocked up his hand,
yeah.
like literally knew he had him hurt,
That
and
was
he said,
nasty.
boom, and just
Yeah,
cocked it, just
yeah,
laid him out, man. Like
yeah.
I
And I
love the ref in that fight is one of my fucking favorites, bro.
oh yeah.
Harvey, the Harvey dude, like he's one of my favorite refs. He's always well involved in the fights, and he even
Mhm.
told, I can't remember his opponent's name. He wasn't a big name dude, but Gurman was his name. He even told him, he said, "Look, man, you got to show me something.
Oh
You're on
yeah.
a you're on a tight leash.
Yeah,
You got
yeah,
to
yeah.
show
You
me
gotta
something,
show me
man.
something. Yeah,
Or I'm gonna call this." So I
yeah,
mean, I love his interaction like that. Not like a Tony Weeks, who I'm gonna stop this before it even gets started. But the
yeah,
controversy behind that, maybe that's something I want. We haven't had a chance to talk about, and I knew it was gonna get swept under the rug. Before we get too far off topic, uh, my thing that Tony Weeks fight was Virgil Ortiz comeback, right?
mhm,
Now, Weeks made a comment. He posted shit afterwards saying that the dude that Ortiz was fighting had some kind of brain damage, something wrong to where he shouldn't have been fighting, basically. But they were going to go ahead with the fight anyways. And he was supposedly told this by somebody on the inside. And he's claiming that's why he stopped that fight, because dude shouldn't have been in the ring anyways.
Right.
So
So why
now,
didn't get him in the ring?
yeah, like if that's the case, like, because I was mad that he stopped it. I'm like, man, this is the second time he stopped the fight. Like that Barossa and Rolly fight, that was a horrible stoppage. Like those punches being landed, like
Yeah.
dude wasn't even. He was winning the whole fight, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Damn, dude finally throws punches, and I lost now." Like that was weak. But that shit there, and I knew it was going to get swept. It's boxing. I knew they were going to sweep it under the rug, and nobody was going to bring that topic back up again. It was big for like 3 days, and then everybody shut up about it. But to
Mm.
me, man, if that is the case, bro, like boxing definitely, that's where boxing reform comes in for me, especially in the US, man, to get this sport organized to where you don't have shit like that happening. Like if that's the case, you got to cancel that fight. I mean, you can't let a guy go out there with some kind of brain trauma, brain contusion. Like I
Yeah.
don't know
No.
exactly. It was something to do with his head, and that he shouldn't have been out there. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
sport of boxing where we just saw a Chinese fighter die.
Mm-hmm.
Just what 2 or 3 weeks ago. He
Mm-hmm.
got hurt at the end of December in that December 31st fight over in Tokyo, and then he just died like a week or two ago. So I
Yeah.
mean, that shit's crazy, bro. What's your thoughts about like if with Tony Weeks, if what he said is true, because he deleted it he deleted it after he posted it.
I feel like I mean, if he knew that, he should have spoke up about that. You know what I'm saying? That's just
Mhm.
like somebody about to kill somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
somebody about to commit a murder. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he shouldn't have let that happen. You being the referee. I mean, ain't no telling what's behind the scenes or what they gonna do to you or type of power people got. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But at the end of the day, you being you shouldn't have let that go on. But he probably did what he could. Like, nah, I'm about to stop this shit. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
stop it
care.
before it even starts, and
Yeah,
that's pretty much what
yeah.
he
Like
did. I
that's
mean,
probably all the power he could have. Like, all right,
well, and you know what's funny is Ortiz made a comment at the end of the fight, like, well, he would have that he was gonna stop him anyways.
yeah,
Like, told like, well, Weeks kind of saved him. I hit him with a light jab
yeah.
and it stunned him.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there kind of tells me maybe he was injured, because even Ortiz or Virgil Ortiz was saying, look, man, I just hit him with a small jab and dude stumbled back.
Yeah,
So he got saved because he was going to get knocked out regardless if it was this round or next round. He was going to get, I mean, knocked out at some point. He
right.
already knew that. So to me, I think that might have shown that injury he was talking about might be a true thing. But in boxing, they'll sweep that shit under the rug, man, and you won't see Tony Weeks for a while. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? We'll be like, it'll be a year down the road. Where the fuck Tony at? I ain't seen this
yeah,
motherfucker in forever. Even though I
yeah,
was pissed off that he stopped those two fights, but then hearing that information, I'm like, bro, he probably saved that dude's life when it
yeah,
was all said and done.
yeah.
But yeah, man, well, let's get into one of my favorite fights of the night, and dude proved me completely wrong. I wanted him to. Keyshawn Davis, like
Oh
his
yeah,
performance, like he didn't just prove me wrong. He put a whooping on Pedraza.
yeah.
And like we talked about the weight loss for Pedraza. Now his legs looked a little funny when he was coming out in that fight. Like he just didn't look like he had a footing. Even from the first round, he
He
kind of
don't
looked like
look
he was
like shit. To
awkward.
be honest,
Yeah,
he didn't look like shit. Period.
nah,
Like,
nah, not the Pedraza that I've seen in
you know
the
what I'm
past. His
saying?
legs looked like he just wasn't ready
That
for that
wasn't no
fight. That weight drain might have got him, but Keyshawn was ready.
that
So
wasn't no
I mean,
test, man. That was a
no,
walk in the
and
park.
that's what sucked is I thought that would be the test for him to really say, "Hey, this is where he's at," and that was just that. I mean, he got the knockout that he needed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
So, but what was the highest weight Pedragas went to? Was it
uh,
147?
I don't know if he went to he. I think I know 140 was the highest I've seen him at.
Because I could have sworn I heard one of the announcers say like he came down from 147. So you came down from 147 all the way back down to 135, and you think you about to beat this young prospect
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
that ain't just no regular prospect. Like he built the name, he done been to the Olympics. You think you like and what he been doing, like you think you about to no man. And you got miles, like you damaged for real. Like I don't feel like that was a test for real. Like it was a good show for Keyshawn, like you know what I mean? to prove its explosiveness and all that, but I don't feel like that. Nah, that
Wasn't
wasn't a
wasn't
test.
what I thought it was going to be for.
That was a good comeback fight. That was a what they call it what
A
the,
bounce back from that draw where they
yeah,
were talking
it
about
was
with the
a
weed, and I mean that's bullshit to make a fight a decision because of marijuana. I mean, I've been
yeah
around for a while, and marijuana is not an enhancing drug. Like of all the drugs out there that you could put on a list to say, man, if this guy takes this, he's gonna be way better.
right
Smoking a blunt before a fight probably isn't the best thing you could do, and smoking during training probably isn't a good thing. It's definitely not an enhancer in my opinion. You know what I mean? So
mm-hmm.
and then especially he's in the state of New York where it's legal and shit like that. So I think boxing needs to look into different things like that, like a substance abuse to me for like boxing or any sport definitely can't be marijuana because it's not giving you any upper hand. It's not giving you any advantage in that fight whatsoever. It's not like, well, man, he had more stamina because he smoked that blunt. You know what I mean? He was ripped. Didn't you
Yeah,
see how well he fought? Like, nah, man. Like, if anything, I would say that it probably held him back a little bit as far as his performance wise and what he was able to do. I mean, he talked about that a little bit too, like
yeah,
saying that, hey, I did put it down and, I've seen a difference in my training and all of that. So, but I don't think that should have been a play in his last fight, and that shouldn't have been a no contest because of that. That's silly, because then that's on his record as a no contest when he won that fight. So, but I loved what I saw from him. I wanted him to prove me wrong. He definitely did. Super impressed with what I saw. His power looked a little bit better, man. I
yeah.
talked about that in the last
I
show. That
told you he got power, man. He got
man,
power.
he
His
definitely
power
set
come
it
in
up right.
combinations though.
Yeah,
He
and
don't get. I don't, he might. I ain't gonna say what he don't get. I ain't gonna say that. But most of the times I see his power come in combinations when he throwing more than one punch. You get what I'm
yeah,
saying? When he hit you with a combination, it come like that. It ain't like no Javante. I don't see the Javante Davis where he just
just that
clear
slick,
you like how
clear. Yeah,
Abdullah Mason did. Like I don't
yeah,
see
yeah,
that in him. I
yeah.
see his shit coming like combinations, like
Yeah, he's
boom, boom,
gotta
boom,
set his
boom,
power
and
up
then
and then
then it comes.
transfer.
Yeah,
Yeah. You don't
mm,
have, like, that Tank natural power or
mm,
that Mason
mm,
natural power that
yeah.
just, "I'm
I ain't
gonna
gonna say he
punch
don't
you."
got it, but I just from what I've seen, it coming like flurry of punches.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Man,
I
he
ain't
was
gonna
calling
say
out
what he ain't
Lopez
got
at
though.
the end of the fight. What do you think about that?
What
Calling out Lopez. What him and Lopez, I was watching the press conference to that fight.
that'd be a great fight because Tafimo is looking for a motherfucker to come forward.
Yeah. Yeah,
He
absolutely.
he don't do good with a motherfucker that's
Wanting to,
well. I ain't
you
gonna
know
say he don't do good. He don't like the likes of somebody moving and using the ring. It's frustrating.
Yeah,
So
and
keep
his
trying.
mental, man, that shows a
Yeah,
lot about his mental. It's
yeah.
easy to get under his skin.
Mm-hmm.
Cabosa showed that, and I thought after the Cabosa fight that he probably had a hang on that he noticed that, hey, that was one of the reasons he, also lost that fight was he allowed this guy to get in his head, and he fought a completely different style of fight against
Mm-hmm.
Cabosa. Just went out there wild, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and just like he wanted to, like it was a street fight for him,
Yeah,
not a
that's what he
boxing
like.
match,
That's
and
what he
that's
like.
what,
I
yeah,
think that's what he like. Like what was Taylor, Josh Taylor? He coming
mhm.
forward. You know what I'm
Yeah, he
saying?
came
Yeah.
forward,
And
and
Tafimo like that until he could back you up.
yeah.
And then when he know that's like, but if you boxing him, that's why like I see like it'll be him and Devin. It'll be a tough fight for him because Devin
Yeah.
gonna move. He ain't gonna stand there. Tafimo, he can move, and I'm not saying that, but his
Now you
ring,
saw
he need
you
to work
see how
on getting off
Devin
that ring. Man.
you see how Devin fought Regis Prograde
Yeah,
when he fought off his back foot and just was
yeah,
catching him with the counters, and he
yeah.
wasn't doing a running technique. I felt like that's the style Ortiz should have went with versus Lopez. Not that I'm gonna run around the ring, hope you
Yeah.
catch me. And you know, I've had time to sit down and like that fight pissed me off, man. I'm watching. I'm like, bro, just you're an offensive guy.
Mm-hmm.
To let your team convince you that this is the best way for you to win a championship fight is by being less active and trying to just run around the ring and make this guy chase you. Like I thought, man, I thought that cost him. Number one, I thought the judges penalized him for it. You know, what I mean, he only landed 2 more punches, threw more, all that, but to me, the style, like there's conflicted. Some people are, like me, they're like, man, that was a stupid way for him to fight that fight. You're going into a championship fight. You got to have some kind of action. You got to give them a reason to give you that fight over the champion. They're never going to give you the decision over the champion unless you made it clear that you beat him by a couple knockdowns, very active, coming forward, being the more aggressive fighter in the fight. And he was none of that. And I think that's what cost him the fight. And,
Right.
I mean, like, I hated seeing it. But then there's other people that were, saying, hey, well, that was his only chance to win that fight. If you feel like that was your only chance and it's not the way you fight, you probably shouldn't have taken that fight.
Right.
Because in your head, you thought, I can't beat this guy.
He shouldn't have took the fight anyway. He should have. He ain't even been at 130. I mean, he ain't did nothing at 135. The run
No.
go up to 140, like build yourself, man. And ain't nothing wrong with building yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? But
and everybody sees that money.
I would have rather him fight what's his name? The Mexican dude, Nagarate. I would have rather see him fight him after if he win, than to fight, go up and fight Timofimo. You ain't even tried yourself at 135. So what you gonna do now? Go back down to 135 and apply yourself? Like, nah, man. It's levels, man. Everybody can't do that. Everybody can't jump.
Man, it's one of my favorite sayings on the show is there's levels to this shit.
Yeah,
different levels. And if you're not built, you're not. Ortiz, like, he's a guy that I'm like, okay, he's a good offensive fighter. He's active. He's got good footwork, but he's never been that guy that I'm super over impressed with. That I'm like, bro, I see something special in this kid.
Yeah.
Like, you see that and starting, like, you see it in Crawford. You know what I mean? You see that shit in Canelo. You see that shit in even Mason Abdullah, Abdul Mason. You see that in him. Some of these younger guys, I see it in Keyshawn, his style and his ability to be able to go far in the sport and shit like that. But, some guys are just special. I think Lopez, I'm so mixed on him because he allowed, not only did he, one, everybody's like, he should have cut off the ring. It's hard to cut off the ring when the guy's going right, left, right. He's juking him like a fucking running back. He's not just going right to where you can go, okay, I'm gonna cut off the right side of this ring and I'm gonna catch him in this corner. This motherfucker, even.
But what slows all that shit down? That body shots. Gonna take the legs away where he ain't gonna be able to get left, right, left. You cut the ring off. Once you cut the ring off, you go to that man's body, take his legs away where now he doing that, but you catching up to him now. You know what I'm saying? You getting there to him. But he was trying to kill him. I feel like he would.
He gets in that fucking mind state, man, and it's his worst enemy, because against a guy like Crawford, seeing how easy it is to get into this kid's head, he destroyed Lopez. He would destroy Lopez. He would make him look bad.
Listen, hold on. I was gonna bring that up, but you brought it up before me. Man, what? He will kill him, man. And guess what? He know how to fight off his back foot.
Oh, hell yeah.
When he fighting off his back foot, it's power punches coming.
Yeah, because he's ready for that counter. When he's looking for that, and that's what.
And you just exposed yourself. You know what Terrence would do? He'll fight off his back foot like he did Earl. As you come to him, he gonna fry you.
Yeah, because he's gonna.
You don't got no self-control of cutting the ring off and going to get your man. You ain't got no man. He ain't, bro. He better stay away from that, man. Crawford won't even fight him, man.
Crawford, what do I call Crawford? The Venus flytrap. That motherfucker, he sucks you in. He's like, he'll make you think you're about to corner him, and then he just switches up from southpaw to,
he'll come and get you.
Yeah.
You see what he did to Sean Porter? At first, he was fighting him off the back foot. They told him like the 9th, 10th round, you down. He went to go get him. He would come and get you too. It ain't just I'm fighting you off the back foot. He will come and get you. Timofimo ain't ready for him, man. He not. I knew that before I even seen that fight even you know what I'm saying, took place. Like, bro, you calling out the
In
wrong
my
person.
head, I'm like, it would be a fun fight. But then seeing Teo for the second time not be
You
able to
kill him,
control his
man.
shit in the ring, because it's like you said, instead of lunging the way he was doing in that fucking fight and just trying to chase this dude, using his energy, like just trying, like he had no, like you said, one, not cutting off the ring, but he just had no stability. Like he didn't have any control in that ring as far as what he wanted to do. I mean, you look at a better guy like Better B, a heavy puncher like that, right?
Right,
And if you like, well, Inoue actually, when Inoue fought, he fought Fulton. Fulton fought almost the same way Ortiz did. Said, "I'm gonna go off my back foot. I'm gonna try to counter him." And he kind of moved around. He got on his bike. He pedaled backwards, as they say, right?
right.
Inoue, his footwork was so fucking impressive in that fight, bro. The way he was just like the guy would like he would cut the ring off so fast on him that he didn't have a chance to fight backwards or do that. And Lopez, instead of being like more aggressive and steady and patient, uh, and let him jump around like that and then kind of time it a little bit, time when he's going to go right, time when he's going to go left, and then start to cut off the ring. His mental doesn't allow, and his father doesn't do him any fucking good, bro. I don't know
Yeah.
how his trainer trains him with his father there the whole time, basically just his dad's like that hype man that you had as a kid, the dude that didn't want to fight nobody, but he'll hype you up. You know what I mean? Like for everybody to fight and shit like that. So to me, I think his dad is one of the like I get he's got a good relationship with him, but I also feel like he should in my opinion, maybe have his dad step aside a little bit so that he's able to, what I mean, like to really get a grip on his career without his dad looking over his shoulder.
Yeah, I had to move my
Yeah.
baby girl. She go.
Yeah, that's why I come down here, bro. That's why I come to
Yes.
my basement.
We
'Cause
got a basement, but we gotta fix it up for real.
my basement,
Mhm.
like this little room was like a welding room or some
Yeah,
shit, bro. Like outside
yeah.
of that, it looked like something like out of a scary movie and shit.
So my daughter room real quick, man.
Yeah,
My
that's it.
baby girl, boy, she gonna woo-wee. But yeah, man. Like I was saying though, like you saying, like, yeah, that father and dad shit, it could take you places though. It could take you far, but
And it can
even
if your
Floyd,
dad is
even
there
Floyd
for the
ain't have his
right
daddy in
reason.
his corner the whole time. I mean, he had his uncle, you know what I'm saying? But it's not your dad. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
sometimes you need a switch up, man. Like you need
yeah.
different opinion outlooks and shit like that. Like, but I
It's not
don't
like
know,
it's
man.
not like you got to cut his dad out of his life. You
Nah,
just got to cut your dad out of your boxing life,
yeah.
even
I
if
don't
that's
want
the
to say
dude
cut
that
him off
brought
the
you up.
boxing life. I'm gonna say take some of his power away, far as like you being able to build yourself a little more. You know what I'm saying? Like going or seeing different coaches and learning different shit. And you know
Yeah,
what I mean? So I don't know though, man.
yeah. I just think
I
his
don't
dad's
know.
reactions get him hyped up. His dad runs off pure emotion. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? His dad don't see a fight from a fighter's view, I don't think. I don't think he sees it from a trainer's view or even a boxing fan's view. I think
Yeah.
he just the way he sees things, like instead of telling his son, hey, slow it down, be more patient, find a way to cut this ring off with this dude.
Yeah.
Instead, he's out there like, yeah, he don't want to fight you. He don't want to fight you. He ain't here to fight you. And then
Yeah.
Teo's like, oh, he don't want to fight. And then,
Yeah.
getting him hyped up instead of being like giving him the proper advice to go
Yeah.
out there and handle a situation like that. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And as much as I love the fact that the judges did punish Ortiz a little bit for that style of fighting, because to me, like, it's a difference in fighting off your back foot and running around the ring.
Right.
And fighting off your back foot means you're moving and you want this guy to come out, but you're trying to set up those counters. I felt like Ortiz's whole plan was to survive, try to outland him, and outpoint him and win that fight. You're not going to do that in a championship fight. You're not going to beat the champion in that style because they're never going to give that to you. You know what I mean? They want to see you do something special to earn that would like knock this dude out, knock him down, put on a show to where we have no choice but to give you
Mhm.
that belt. Like, and
Mhm.
Ortiz did none of that. He put on a boring show on Super Bowl weekend You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
how many people was there to watch that fight? One of the biggest stages he's ever been on outside of the Loma fight, probably, and you had an opportunity to really show who you were. And I think he failed to do that because if he would have came out and fought his fight, I
Mhm.
think people would have been impressed by Ortiz. They'd have been like, man, this dude's active. He's fast. He's got a lot of hand speed. Like he's a good offensive fighter.
Right.
Now the public sees you as just this boring fighter that runs around the ring now. So
Yes. See, I ain't really catch the fight. Like I said, I try to catch the highlights, but top rank highlights be so short. And then off of me hearing like the fight was born, I really ain't go even watch it. But as I was falling asleep, I was hearing, and then I woke up to like the end, and they was saying like Timofimo might have lost, but then I'm hearing Ortiz was running, so I'm like, what?
the scores had me thinking that he was that he. I thought the scores were ridiculous. I said the judges punished him, but one of them had it Teo winning 9 rounds, and there was no way he won 9 rounds. But I would have gave him seven easily. Gave him 7 rounds, 7 8 rounds, just because he was a more aggressive guy. He
Yeah,
was coming forward. He was trying to press the fight. He was trying to press the action.
yeah,
So that's where I would have gave him most of the rounds, even when he was outlanded. But if neither guy were neither I know Low or Ortiz didn't even throw double digit punches to the 12th round.
yeah,
Round 1 through 11, he threw single digit punches. A guy who probably throws, what would you say, 30, 40 punches a fucking round, and now he's throwing single digit punches. Like you're taking yourself out of that fight, man.
yeah,
Like I don't know. And he at the end, I think he put that on his trainers. He said they wanted me to fight like this, and that's why I did it. So I just listened to what they told me to do. And I think that was his way of saying, "Hey, this wasn't my motherfucking ideal. This was their ideal. Like they wanted me to fight like this." So he was kind of throwing them under the bus, saying,
yeah.
"Look, hey, it was their ideal. I just went with what they said." You
Right.
know. But I don't know, man. I think that was a black eye for boxing on a stage like that, and it was good that they had Keyshawn and Mason on
Approved.
there to
Yeah,
kind of save that. People
yeah,
got to at least see something
yeah,
special
yeah,
before they got a little taste of just bitterness in that fight.
yeah.
That fight, it just had me pissed. I was like, man, what the
But
fuck am I
that
watching?
ain't. But and that's not To first fighting like that either. Like Forrest, like when he fought the one dude, I don't know his name, but
Sandor Martin.
they
But
was saying he
Martin,
really
everybody's
lost.
saying it was like that fight, but Sandor Martin was way more active than
Nah, he was
Ortiz was.
more accurate though. I'm
Yeah,
saying I'm saying for his Timo point of view, like
yeah,
he ain't know what to do. Like he didn't know what to do. Dude was accurate with his boxing and throwing
yeah,
punches.
yeah.
Like I ain't really, like I said, I ain't really watched the fight, but I ain't trying to watch no fight where I don't know. I can't say
That
that.
fight was more entertaining what people gave it credit for. They were just on Lopez because he couldn't really figure Sandor out.
Like
Sandor's an experienced,
like yeah,
good fighter, bro. Like he
yeah,
just a lot of like casuals in the US, they don't pay attention to any of that UK style boxing or anything
yeah.
out of the US. And boxing, like I tell everybody, man, it's world fucking wide,
Wow,
bro.
yeah.
Like it's everywhere, man. It's in Mexico, it's in China. I mean, it's
Hmm.
big in Japan right now. Like you catch a lot of fights on ESPN Plus out of Japan, which usually fall on like a Monday or Tuesday.
Right,
And it's usually good ass cards from top to bottom.
right.
And these dudes some of them, half of them look like they watch, like they put on a Floyd Mayweather instructional video.
Yeah,
And a lot of these guys are out there like wanting to be Floyd. You know what I mean? A
yeah,
lot of these little Asian dudes out there looking like they want to be Floyd, but most of them really entertaining fights. Like I said, I always catch the fights over in the UK, which they had some yesterday. They were on too early. I didn't really mess with them that much. I didn't know. My problem was I didn't know any of the fighters. I was just like, man, I don't know none of these dudes. Like, so it was kind of lower level. Uh, I watched a little bit to entertain myself just in the background, but I didn't pay much attention enough for me to recap it. I mean, I didn't know enough about them to recap them.
yeah,
But man, going into like we said, going into some news, man. Of course, that fight with Ortiz Lopez, controversial. Definitely to me wasn't a robbery in my opinion, but uh,
yeah.
that
You got to do more when you fighting the champ, though.
absolutely, man.
You
You
got to apply
can't.
more pressure. You can't be running around the motherfucking ring, bro. You got to go get that shit, bro.
If you
Gotta
want
go
it, go get it, bro.
when you fighting the champ, you cannot be running around the ring.
Yeah,
You got to go get it.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's just
absolutely.
point.
Yeah,
That's just
I mean,
point blank
even if you
period.
get knocked out in the process, you made that effort, and you're gonna get up and say, "Hey, I
I
made
got
the effort,
yeah,
and I did what I need. I got knocked out, but
yeah.
fuck, or
You
I
gotta
got
go get it, man.
stopped,
You ain't
or
beating it.
yeah,
The champ can do your fight, and he gonna
yeah,
still win.
yeah,
But
exactly. We saw that with Regis
you got
Prograis
to
did
go
that shit. Yeah,
you got to go get the champ, man. You gotta go get him. You gotta go
yeah.
get him.
Back to and that's a fact, and I thought, like I said, not only the judges punished him, but I felt like he cost himself a lot of attention, maybe big money down the road with that style. Uh, you know what I mean? But that, like I said, there's also mixed feelings. Some people are like, "Oh no, he clearly won that fight." I don't think he clearly won anything. The fight was just terrible on both
Terrible,
sides.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
wasn't a clear winner, in my opinion. If anything, the judges should have made that fight a draw, and then Teo retains his belt regardless. But they
Right.
should have made it a draw. Honestly, it was just that bad of a fucking fight that you couldn't really. No guy did anything. Lopez wasn't able to do anything, but he was still being the aggressor, trying to push the pace, and I think that's what the judges awarded him for. But the scorecards were just fucking ridiculous. Like 117, 111.
I
And
heard
I'm
that.
like,
I heard the
bro,
score.
like, damn, it wasn't like that now.
But
Like
when I heard
117, 111 is like almost an ass whooping, bro.
when
Like,
I heard the announcers like the one, man, what's his name, man? The one
uh
AB told you. But had you ever fought for a championship?
oh yeah,
But
yeah, I know
you
who you're
can't
talking
tell me
about.
my accomplishments is nothing. What's his
Yeah.
name, man? He be
Uh
always on
the older dude on there,
the left side of Tim Bradley.
yeah,
He
yeah, he was
always
arguing with Tim at the end
he
of the fight,
always like, bruh, you need to get bruh. They need to put us up there because you is
bro.
terrible, dude. You
And I love Tim Bradley, but Tim
yeah.
Bradley can get on my nerve. Like he makes me
Nah, he
muted
get on my
sometimes.
nerves too, but I think Tim Bradley be he like the controversy for real.
Oh,
Like
he does. He
he
does.
he like to do that. Like he ain't just about to be one sided. That make it boring. He don't be trying to seem biased too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
because even at the Earl Spence fight, he was like it's 50-50, but I know that he really had Terrence Crawford down deep down inside. He was
Yeah.
riding the turns. Like I know this for a fact, bro. He ain't want to be biased. Like he like a like how Stephen A. and what's his name? Skip Bayless used to be. Somebody got to pick this and somebody got to pick that type shit.
I can't
Like,
stand Skip Bayless. Like that dude
yeah,
right
so
there.
he
Like,
I be getting
bruh.
that vibe from him now instead of him keeping it all the way 100. Like, go with who want you. If you want to be biased, be biased. Like, I
Yeah, and
mean,
that's yeah, he's
you shouldn't be that in boxing. Like everybody,
well, at the same time though, we've seen Top Rank punish announcers for, you know, being too one-sided or being too
yeah,
honest. I mean, they got
yeah,
rid of Teddy Atlas because he was straight honest about shit. Like, you guys are
yeah.
bringing these fighters up like shit. You're
Ain't
not
nothing wrong with
you're
that
not
though.
giving them the proper competition. And then, they got rid of him, and he was a great announcer,
Look
I
at his
thought. But
accolades though.
yeah,
When you got accolades under your belt, especially with boxing, you should be able to talk how the fuck you want to talk.
exactly.
Nobody
Yeah,
be
when
telling
Teddy
you, oh,
speaks, you
if you
gotta
think a
listen.
motherfucker trash, you think they trash, man. I
Yeah.
mean, until they prove you wrong, then that's when the respect come out. Now, if they
Yeah.
prove you wrong, and you still be like, oh, I still don't think he shit. When he proved you otherwise, then
Yeah.
you know
Teddy
what I mean.
look, Teddy
But
told
if you think
everybody
that
about
motherfucker shit
Crawford.
until he prove you wrong, then hey,
Yeah.
that's your opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah,
Um,
exactly. But I mean that's the sport of boxing. Like Top Rank promotional companies, they like to promote certain guys, they like to push certain agendas and they want their announcers
mhm,
to do the same thing. And I mean that's what sucks about boxing sometimes. Like you hear that same shit on the zone, with Chris Mannix and one of the worst announcers I've ever heard is he's a former boxer too. And this motherfucker, he always tries to convince you the dude getting his ass whooped is winning. And you'd
uh,
be like, "Bro, what are you watching?" Like,
hey,
man, this dude's
we gonna have to do a
losing
show one day
hard.
when we just watching the fight and we just listening and watching it, but we just going off what the announcers just saying. Like, man, you
Yeah,
hear this bullshit? Because
yeah.
man, some of them they just be I don't know,
Makes
man.
you wonder how many of them watch the sport. Like, man, do you
Like
actually
on
watch
my
this?
opinion, like, and my little cousin just asked me this yesterday. He's like, "Do you think Devin beat Lomachenko?" I'm like, "Yeah, to me."
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
said
absolutely, he did.
you got to see the work that he was putting in, how he was
Yep.
in the pocket, the body shots.
Bruh, the body shots
The
won in the
body
fucking
shots
fight.
effect had Loma going back. Like
Yep.
he felt them. Like you got to count body shots in boxing too, man.
Yeah.
One of the most
And
important shots in the world. Like
yeah.
then, like the round that would have, because Loma wasn't going. I don't feel like Loma would have won, but the round that would have helped him be a draw or was that 12th round. He didn't go get it.
He
Devin
did the
went to go
same thing
get
with
it.
Lopez. He did the same thing with
Yeah,
Lopez. They
he
come
didn't
out
go
in that
grab it.
12th round, the most
Yeah,
important. They're called championship rounds for a reason.
yeah, you
You
got
know
to
what I mean?
go
That's where
grab
you
it,
win
man.
or lose the fight. He came on too late in that fight. Now everybody's like he was a more active fighter. Loma can make you think he's a more active fighter because of the way he moves with his
Yeah,
pivot and
yeah,
those fast little pillow punches that he does. He
yeah,
can make somebody think he's a more active fighter.
yeah,
But when you watch that fight, Devin was just as active and stood in the pocket with one of the best and traded punches. And those body blows were just
yeah,
genius because nobody was going to Loma's body. And he
yeah,
brought, I mean, that shows pure boxing IQ right there.
yeah,
That you adjust to each guy that you fight. You know what I mean? He fought Regis completely fucking different.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it just shows that
And he
he
fought Cambosa's different before that.
yeah, he did Cabosa wasn't on his level.
Jabbed his life
We
away.
yeah, we
Jabbed
all
his
knew
fucking face
Cabosa.
off. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That's what I like about Devin Haney. He can he fight different ways. Like
mhm,
you might think, like, man, like when he fought Loma, everybody thought, yeah, he gonna shoot that jab, stay long, stay back,
mhm.
shoot the jab, counter, making miss. Nah, he went in that bitch and fought
Yeah, yeah,
in the
he stood
pocket.
right in the center of the ring,
Yeah,
"I'll meet you in the middle, and we're
he
gonna
fight
bang this
different
out."
ways. That's why I can't wait to see. Like, damn, how he gonna fight Ryan? What he gonna
Yeah,
do? Is he gonna
I
stay in the pocket, slip that shit? Because he already know that left hook coming, so he gonna keep that here. Ryan gonna have to do something else. You
I
gotta.
think
Everybody
I
know
think
that left hook coming. You gotta. When you fighting them true boxers like that, with you a true boxer too. You've been boxing since you was a kid, but you still got just one blow, and that's that left hook. And they
yeah,
know
I
that's
think you
coming. I ain't ever seen you really. I can't say that. You stop dude with a body shot, but it's like I don't know,
you
man.
finished Duarte off pretty good, but everybody's not, like, realizing Ryan's never he's at 140, but he's never fought a 140er.
Yeah.
He's at
Oh,
140. He's never fought one dude that's an actual 140 guy.
okay.
Duarte was 135 coming up,
Okay.
and of course before that he had Tank, who was originally a 135er, and
Yeah.
that's when he just moved up. He
They
has
want
not fought
Tank
one
to
dude that's a 140.
they want
So,
Tank to go up to 140 so bad, man.
dude, they want Tank. Connor Ben is like Hearns is trying to make a deal for Connor and Tank to fight, and I'm like Connor fights right now at 154,
Yeah.
152 in his last fight. I was like, he's originally 147. I was like, what catch weight do you think they're gonna meet at? That's gonna be like Connor's gonna get knocked the fuck out. Like
Yeah.
because not only is he gonna make you fight at a catch weight, he's also gonna put that rehydration clause. And people think he's a bitch for that, but bro, I'm telling you right now, he's smart as hell about that. Because if you look at where Devin and Regis weighed in at during the fight, 168 for fucking Devin, 165 for Regis. These guys are 140 fighters.
Yeah.
During that fight, they were 168, 165. Man, Tank knows that shit. Tank knows that, hey, if I'm gonna fight a guy that's 140, by the time I get to 140, that motherfucker gonna be 150, 160. So
Yeah.
that's a major weight advantage on him. He's
Yeah.
smart with that rehydration
I don't
clause,
see
man.
like and then when I was younger, I had realized that I used to be like, man, they coming in, they look, but how they get back big so quick? Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was the rehydration. I figured that out. But it's like boxing, I feel like what you making them cut down all this weight for, and then they can eat or whatever the fuck they do to rehydrate and bounce up to 180. What is the purpose of that? I don't get the purpose of that. If we fighting at 147, you should be able to. It should be a stipulation you could get to. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, like that. You know,
I don't get that. Like,
well,
cause I
that's where same day weigh-ins come in. They used to do that shit. Remember,
yeah,
same day weigh-in
yeah,
where we weigh you that day. They don't
yeah,
do that anymore. And they talked about should boxing bring that back? Should boxing have same day weigh-ins? And in my opinion, like you said, if you fight at 147, but you can walk around at 168 and all that, why ain't you fighting at 168?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe there's something I'm not understanding there. Maybe they're
I ain't
more
understanding
lighter
that
on
shit
their
either,
feet.
bro.
You know
I'm
what I
not,
mean?
because
And
I
I'm like,
probably can eat. I probably, if we coming in at 147, I probably only could pick up 8 pounds. You might pick up 15, 20 pounds.
yeah. And like
What
you
the
said,
fuck?
how are they doing that much weight in one fucking day? Like in one day you're putting on that. That makes you think like, what the hell are you really doing to put on that kind of weight in that amount of time? Now Devin
That
did look
too,
good at
and it got me
140.
saying, what is we dropping this weight for? To what is the purpose of it? Like, I
Yeah.
want to know the purpose. I know the purpose of it, but what's the purpose of us being able to blow back up to whatever we want to? Whatever, no.
Yeah.
If we fighting at 147 when we come in, that should be what the fuck we both is.
Yeah.
147. It
Yeah.
shouldn't be,
Exactly.
oh, he rehydrated back up to 149, but he rehydrated up back to 169. That's an
Yeah.
advantage, bro.
That's a major advantage. Some people don't get that. Like that's a huge weight advantage that
Like,
you
what
have.
the
That's
fuck?
your power, everything,
I
man.
mean,
Just
I ain't
how
mad
you're
at
able
it.
to move a guy around the ring, you know what I mean,
I
and
mean,
shit like that. But
I ain't
yeah,
mad at it, but it's just like, what's the reason? You know what I'm saying? That what's the reason? What's the
yeah,
reason of it? Like, I need to dig deeper. Like, what's the reason? Like,
yeah. I've always said that. Like, there's got to be a reason they allow them to do that, and they stop
yeah,
same day weighing. I think now a lot of fighters, like I said, if you can't like if you feel like you're drained at 140, you probably shouldn't be fighting at 140.
140, yeah,
Just like when Ryan was or Devin kept saying he was drained at 135.
35,
You
yeah.
don't fight at 135. Move the fuck up to your next weight class. And if
Hmm.
you're not comfortable, move up to the next weight class.
Right.
Why put yourself in that kind of health situation like Virgil Ortiz did at 147, trying to make that weight he knew he couldn't make and put himself in the hospital 2 times and almost fucking died once. So
Yeah.
it's like, why do that? Fight at your weight that you know you can make, that you can walk around comfortably with, you know what I mean, and not have to keep bouncing back and forth. But I don't know. Uh,
I feel like that rehydration shit was more like for heavyweights. Cause
yeah,
what is it, 200 and up or whatever and up? It don't matter.
yeah. I want
I
to
feel
say,
like that shit is for heavyweights. That shit ain't for like lower weight classes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
147, then you blowing back up to 168. Like, hell nah, bro.
yeah,
Hell nah. Hell nah. But it is what it is, though. I mean,
yeah.
I
That
can't
that
say motherfuckers. Some people do lose because of that. But
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I just feel like if the catch weight should be the weight, the thing. Like if we all right, when we come back in, you can't be no higher than 150.
yeah, yeah,
Give a
yeah.
motherfucker 10 pounds, like 10 pounds at least.
Yeah, you give them that
If
little
you
bit
come
of
back
that
at
room,
140, we weigh in at
but
135, you can't come back no more than 145.
yeah, but you'd had to bring same day weigh-ins back to make sure that that guy was following up with that. Because like you said, once they weigh in the day before, they go out and they just do whatever and they bulk back up by the
Yeah,
time they know they're gonna fight the next day.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So they come back in the next day being majorly big, even though I like Devin looked like he could fight at 147. You know what I'm saying? With the way he filled out 140.
Hell yeah,
Like
he
he
can
looked
fight at
healthy.
147.
Yeah. But yeah, with him and Garcia, that fight, I think they said is set for April 20th. They haven't said where the venue is going to be at, but they did set a date. They said all the papers signed, everything in the contract done. Both sides have agreed. April 20th on the zone for a pay per view fight. Uh, Now the zone, I don't know if you mess with the zone much. Didn't you
Mm-mm,
hit me to fucking the
mm.
zone? I
I
don't know if
don't
you
know.
did or not. I
Yeah.
don't know. But I found it, and I
I don't
used
really
to.
watch their fights though. They got some fighters I look at when they like. I was I was fucking with Montana Love, but you hit to
Well, he
him
got
in
slept that
Cleveland.
last
But
fight.
I guess it's chin week, man.
Son, man, it's that the fight before that, he didn't look good.
Yeah,
Uh,
he
and then
threw
he
it out
just
the
got
ring when he got disqualified.
yeah, got disqualified in that one. Looked like he let his anger get to him a little bit, but
Yeah,
then that his last fight, he got slept. I was just like, damn. And I was big on Montana Love too. The first time I had actually watched him,
mhm,
but yeah, I was just they've got a decent stable over there. When they got Devin over there, they just signed like with Golden Boy. Golden Boy is kind of helping them out with a little bit of talent because
yeah,
they just signed that Robisi Ramirez over there to Golden Boy also. Uh, who else? Oh yeah, they just got Subaru Mateus over at Matchroom. Also, he just left PBC and signed with Matchroom. So
Yeah,
he's
I went to go look at him too.
yeah, he'll clear out that whole 140 if they give him a chance, bro. Like
His
he's
style,
he's mean, bro.
his style is like he coming forward.
Yeah,
But
he breaks his
I
guy
feel like
down 2 or 3 rounds and then
I feel
just
like a
fucking takes
boxer
over.
box his head off though.
And I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to, like I said, they need to match him up against Arthur Bamboza. Because I think that's a dude that would be a good fight for him. Two younger guys like that, that'd be a hell of a fight. And I think they're both with the zone, so that would be a fight they could make. Honestly, in my opinion. Look, next week, man, good fight next week. We'll get on here and break it down probably on Friday or something like that.
Okay.
But one of my favorite fighters, Oshaki Foster, he'll be going up against Abraham Nova, who I didn't know much about Nova, but I checked out ITR Boxing. They did a documentary on dude, pretty in depth. Jack Kelly, cool dude. He gave us a shout out on his show the other day.
Yeah,
Little shout
appreciate
out
that.
about us. So yeah, I'll give him the same respect back. Jack Kelly, check him out on ITR Boxing.
Mhm.
Check out the Abraham Nova documentary that he did, and he did
Mhm.
an interview with him. Also, gets you a little
Okay.
bit more in depth to him, especially the documentary. You get to see him in camp and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Looks like he's going to be a tough fighter for sure. But I favor Foster, man. Foster's badass, bro. I love
I ain't hip to
Oshaki
him. What
Foster.
weight class?
Man, is he the super lightweight? Super
Okay.
lightweight, I think, is where he's at. I'll have to relook at it, but yeah, he's a beast, man. If you look at any of his fights, go watch the Shockey Foster versus Rocky Hernandez fight. Just
Mhm.
happened towards the end of the year. I thought it was a fight of the year by far. Uh, Beautiful fight, man. These motherfuckers for 12 rounds fought like round one to fucking like just like beautiful fight. The
Okay.
way he ended that, the 11th round was the most epic round I think I've ever seen. Like he had hurt Rocky on the ropes, and then Rocky landed one punch on him, had him on the ropes, and then
Okay.
he came back and had Rocky on the ropes. I was like, damn, bro, like these dudes are going at it. But yeah, check that one out with them two, and you'll get hip to shot Foster real quick. He's nice, man.
What
He's
you
really got a really nice ring IQ to him also.
you heard you hip the Gary Russell little brother?
No, 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 no. I Gary Russell for sure, not his little brother.
I think his name. I don't think it's Antoine. Anton. It's because they out Anton or Antoine. It's one of them that fight like featherweight, but it's the one at 140. He nice, but he ain't active. He don't never be. Matter of
Really?
fact, they showed him when they was showing who all uh Ortiz fought in the amateurs.
Okay.
They had like 5 fighters up there. He was one of them, but he won 42. But he don't be active, but he nice
Really?
though. Go look at his I think his name Anton. His name
Okay.
Anton, Gary Anton Russell.
All right, I'll have to check that
He
dude
won
out.
40, bro.
All right.
Nice. He beat they fought 3 times. They was in the tournament. He beat Boots.
Really?
Yeah, him and Boots fought. Or he went to the little something. Boots beat him, and then he beat Boots twice or something. But he fought Boots in amateurs though and beat him. But that's
Hell
the
yeah.
amateurs. But
Hell yeah.
yeah, he nice. He just ain't active though. He ain't active.
Yeah.
He nice, bro.
Man,
He
that's my
nice.
biggest thing with fighters, man, especially younger fighters. You gotta fight
I
three,
don't
four
know why
times a
he ain't
year.
active though.
Gotta
But
get your name out there, man. Like,
they father died too, so I don't know. But
yeah.
yeah, he ain't been active.
Yeah. Gary Russell though, he looked good at his last fight. Uh
Yeah,
he
with one
looked
arm.
really good. Yeah. Yeah, he looked really, really nice in that fight, man. Like he knocked that dude out. What, the first round, second round, something like that? It was a quick
Yeah.
ass knockout, right? He was like,
Oh, who? Gary Russell?
yeah, if I'm right, is that who it was, or am I thinking of
I
I'm
thought he
thinking of
lost it. Nah, he lost his last fight. He lost his belt.
who am I
He had
thinking of?
his arm was messed up.
Who was the Veterans Day fight? Older fighter. I can't think of his name, man. I had it on my shit the other day. It got mass fucking views that show did actually. I was pretty
Yeah.
impressed with it, but it wasn't, a big fight. But I'm trying to think who the fuck the dude was. I can't think of him now. But shit, man, I hear my wife starting to get grumpy upstairs and shit. So
Okay.
you know what I mean?
You
So
know
we
how that go. And it's
yeah,
Sunday.
yeah,
Sunday
yeah.
family day.
Yeah, yeah, she's out there like, but yeah,
Yeah, but
man,
this
but
him right here. I'm gonna just give you a little. Somebody just interviewed him. Matter of fact, I seen his name, Mill City Boxing. He be
okay, I've heard
interviewing.
of Mill City Boxing.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I've heard of
but
that.
that's him right there.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
nice. All
yeah,
right,
he nice.
hell yeah.
Mm.
But man, I guess we're gonna cut this one off. This is our recap reaction, man. Once again, you're with Jeff
No
and my guy.
spade.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. For episode 47 of Bourbon and Boxing, man. Thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe. Also, check us out on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. I also got us up on PodServe now, and we also
Mm-hmm.
on Chromecast also. So you can listen to us. If you're in your car driving, you can listen to us. You're at your house
Yeah,
mowing your lawn, you can listen to us. Just tune
yeah.
in, man. We'll give you
Get
a
us
nice
going,
in-depth
man.
look for the week.
Like, subscribe, share, man.
That's right. That's right.
That's
Share
some
it too,
love,
man.
man.
Let your peeps know about it. Get us out there, man. We're gonna get more out on the scene too, man. I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to get
More
an
shit
interview
coming.
set up with the company down in Louisville. I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to. I talked to the dude yesterday, trying to
Mm-hmm.
set up an interview with a company in Louisville that does amateur boxing, Griffin Promotions,
Yeah.
and talk to the guy that runs that show down there. He's been trying
Okay.
to get me to do some bourbon and boxing event that they got coming up or some shit. He's been hitting
Okay.
me up for a while about that. But do an interview with him if you want to jump in on that. Let me know. I'm either
Yeah.
going to set
Yeah.
it up for Tuesday or Wednesday, one of those days, whatever
Okay.
time he's available,
Okay.
and just kind of let him get his platform out there, talk
Yeah.
about what he does down there in Louisville and shit like that.
Spread the love, man. Yeah.
That's it,
I
man. Boxing
definitely,
community, bro. You got to work together and everybody help everybody, man. You know what I'm
we
saying?
from Cincinnati, so we gonna have big things coming from the
Yeah,
amateur
yeah,
boxing real
yeah.
soon, man.
The big
I'm gonna
old
put my boy on.
Cincinnati,
I'm
baby.
gonna put my boy on to some of these killers, man. Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Some
That's
of
what we
these
need,
killers,
man, for
man.
sure. All right, man. Well, we're gonna jump off here, like we said. Hit all those buttons for us, bro. Share the love for us, man. Get us out there. We're gonna be back with you guys, like I said, either Tuesday or Wednesday with a little interview, and then we'll be back on Friday for our usual Friday breakdown show, guys.
Yep.
All right, man. Thank you guys for joining us, man. Y'all have a good night.
Be blessed, y'all.